Hello ladies and gentlemen, I am the Omniviewer, and this is one of the rare times you'll ever hear me talk about something topical. So YouTube recently introduced and started enforcing its advertiser-friendly policy, which means that it can demonetize any videos that include mature or offensive content, up to and including depictions of sex, violence, language, and controversial topics. Now, by this point, there have already been plenty of people weighing in on how this new policy is so vaguely worded that it could potentially be abused, and, according to many, already has been. And of course, you have lots of people who are automatically going from 0 to 60. Various cries of, "Marxism, censorship, my free speech is being trampled upon!" are flooding YouTube. Some people are even going so far as to say that this could be the very thing that spells the end of YouTube. Lots of people pointing out there's a problem. No one I've seen so far offering any solutions to that problem. Well, someone's got to get the ball rolling. So first, let's clarify a couple of things here. First of all, to the people who are saying this is censorship, it's not. Censorship implies that someone is specifically preventing your work from being seen because of its content, when really what's happening here is that you're not allowed to monetize it. You can still post it, people can still watch it, there can be as many views as you want, you just can't make any money off of it. That's not censorship. It's many bad things, but censorship isn't one of them. So let's get that straight, okay? So this is about the monetization. But who's responsible for this? It would be the companies who make the advertisements that run on our channels. There are some companies out there who don't necessarily want to be associated with the kind of videos that might be posted on YouTube because of the content that might be in them. And you know what? Those companies are well within their rights to do that. You heard me. Companies spend a lot of time building up an image which they present to the public. And the advertisements they run are a large part of presenting that image. Very similar, in fact, to how the videos that we as content creators make present images of ourselves to the people who watch them. And let's not kid ourselves here, people. If the tables were turned and you had the option to pick which ads ran on your videos, you'd take it. So yeah, in that regard, there's very little difference between what the companies want to do and what YouTube creators want to do. Actually, I take that back. There is one very big difference. Content creators cannot affect a company's ability to make money, and the big companies can affect a content creator's ability to make money. And that brings us back to the topic at hand. As it stands now, if your video contains mature content, YouTube has the option to not monetize it, or even remove monetization options from it, which could affect a lot of people's ability to actually make a living. This is not the way to do things. It's only going to get people angry. However, as I said, no one so far is actually presenting any sort of solutions. But I think I might have a solution. A solution. Only a possible one. I don't know if it's the right one, I don't know if it's the best of many options, but since no one else is saying anything at the moment as far as I've seen, I'm still putting it out there. Just keep in mind this is only a potential solution, okay? I'm not saying this is definitely the way to go. Though, as conceited as it may sound of me to say, I do think it's a pretty good one. In fact, this solution is so obvious I'm surprised no one else has said it. The answer has literally been staring us in the face for decades. Or more accurately, we've been staring at it. Television. Here's a little question for you. When was the last time you saw a raunchy R-rated comedy advertised on the Disney Channel? Or, conversely, when was the last time you saw the latest Hot Wheels track advertised during a late-night talk show? The answer is, you haven't seen that, because of course that's not how it would work. Companies always produce products, whatever they are, aimed at a specific demographic, so it only makes sense that they would attach those advertisements to the sort of shows that would reach that demographic. Barring the occasional collector, most adults aren't going to care about Hot Wheels, and there are rules about advertising R-rated stuff to children. Seriously, like actual laws, you could get in serious trouble if you did it. So, of course, you attach the toy commercial to the kids program and the R-rated movie trailer to the adult program. That way you reach the people you're trying to engage. So why not do the same for YouTube? Why not have videos with mature content get the mature content trailers and ads, and family-friendly content get the family-friendly ads and trailers? But OmniViewer, you magnificent example of a human being, how do you propose we do this? After all, the logistics of trying to make all of that work out, they're astronomical, aren't they? Well, maybe not. Let's take a page from another website where people regularly post stuff of varying content. DeviantArt. When you submit an image to DeviantArt, you have to specify whether or not it contains mature content, and if it does, what kind, usually either violence or nudity. This is because DeviantArt has a lot of users on it who are very young, and therefore it has a mature content filter. So if you post an image that is an artistic nude or an example of violence, it's still there, people can still see it, but not so long as the mature content filter is on. And you know what? No one to my knowledge has ever complained about this. No one has ever decried DeviantArt for censoring their work because this is just the way DeviantArt is. Now YouTube has something similar for uploading videos. You have the option to enable age restrictions, so someone below a certain age can't see your video. But I must emphasize that at this point it really is an option. It doesn't prevent your video from being posted like it would on DeviantArt, and hardly anyone ever uses it anyway. In the model I'm proposing, you'd have to specify whether or not your video has mature content before you post it. And then, the ads that would run on it would be from companies who don't mind if your video has mature content or not. Then the videos that are family-friendly get the family-friendly ads. There you go. Everybody wins. Content creators get to post whatever they want, advertisers get to control where their ads go, and YouTube doesn't get any more grief from either side. Now, is it possible that this model could result in some channels taking a hit? Yes, I won't deny that. Some channels will lose revenue. At first. If you're a channel with millions of subscribers, the loss of a couple thousand teenagers and children isn't really going to affect your bottom line that drastically. If you're in the thousands category, it'll be a bit more of an effect, but a simple adjustment to your budget and you'll probably get off just fine. And besides, subscription counts can always be built back up. Besides, getting paid slightly less for a brief period as opposed to getting paid nothing at all, I know which one I think is better. So that's really the best solution I can think of. Everyone gets what they want, nobody loses something too drastic, problem is solved. Now, if I'm not the first person to propose something like this, you can consider this video just a reinforcement that it is a good idea. But if I really am the first person to actually propose a solution rather than just repeating the problems over and over again, well, I'm going to need your help to spread the word. I'm a small channel. Not many people watch my stuff. But really, all it takes is for one person, the right person, to hear what I'm saying, and who knows what could happen. So, upvote this video, share it with people you know, and tell them to share it with people they know. Get the word out there. Then again, this is only one possible answer. Maybe you have your own. In which case, put your answer out there and get people to spread it around. I understand right now people are in a rage-fueled panic about what this new policy could mean. And you know what? When I first heard it, I was right there with you. In fact, it has affected me. My latest As Written by Shakespeare video, not a paid advertisement, had monetization removed from it recently. And I know I monetized it when it was first posted. I have a hard time believing that's a coincidence. So, I could very well have done yet another rage-fueled video on top of all the other rage-fueled videos. But I'm trying to be a bit more proactive than that. So, this is my 2 cents. I proposed one possible answer. I think it's a good answer. I don't know what anyone else thinks. That's up to you to decide. I'm just doing what I can. Well, that's all I wanted to say for now. In the meantime, though, I need to rethink what videos I was planning to do next, just in case this doesn't go away very soon. Until such time as we meet again, this is the OmniViewer, signing off.